Flat, meaning that parallel lines remain parallel forever. That the angles of triangles add up to exactly 180 degrees. That space itself follows the familiar rules of Euclidean geometry. This seems natural enough until you realize that for the universe to be flat today, it must have been flat to an impossible degree of precision in its earliest moments. The margin of error is so small that if you stacked sheets of paper to represent the allowed deviation from perfect flatness, the stack would be thinner than a single proton. This level of precision isn't just unlikely. It's so improbable that calling it coincidence would be like finding a pencil balanced on its point in the middle of a hurricane and assuming it got there by accident. Something must have actively flattened the universe, smoothed out its wrinkles, and set its geometry with a precision that defies every law of probability. That something is what cosmologists call inflation. A period of exponential expansion that occurred in the first tiny fraction of a second after the Big Bang, when space itself expanded faster than the speed of light, stretching microscopic quantum fluctuations to cosmic proportions. But inflation raises more questions than it answers. What caused it? What stopped it? And most unsettling of all, what if it never really stopped? Current theories suggest that inflation continues to operate in other regions of space, constantly creating new universes, new realities, new versions of everything we think we know. Our universe might be just one bubble in an infinite sea of bubbles, each one expanding and evolving according to its own laws of physics, its own constants of nature, its own timeline of creation and destruction. The horizon problem cuts even deeper into our assumptions about cosmic origins. When we look in one direction across the universe, we see cosmic microwave background radiation with a temperature of 2.7 Kelvin. When we look in the opposite direction, billions of light years away, we see the same temperature to within a few thousandth of a degree. These regions of space are so far apart that light from one could never have reached the other, even if it had been traveling since the beginning of time. They should have no way of knowing what temperature the other has, no mechanism for coordinating their thermal states. Yet somehow they are in perfect thermal equilibrium, as if they had once been in contact, as if they remember a time when they were close enough to share information, to exchange energy, to reach the same temperature through normal physical processes. This suggests that the universe was once much smaller than our current theories predict. So small that regions now separated by billions of light years were once neighbors, close enough to whisper to each other across the void. The deeper we dig into the foundations of cosmology, the more we discover that the universe is not just stranger than we imagine. It's stranger than we can imagine. Dark matter, which makes up 85% of all matter in the universe, interacts with ordinary matter only through gravity, making it effectively invisible to every other force in nature. It's matter that doesn't emit light, doesn't absorb light, doesn't reflect light, doesn't interact electromagnetically in any way we can detect. It's there. We know it's there because we can see its gravitational effects on visible matter. But it might as well be made of compressed philosophy for all the sense it makes. Dark energy is even more mysterious. It appears to be a property of space itself, a built-in tendency for the vacuum to expand.